Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. We're into game 4 on 2-Win Tuesday, and Enwall's comment was, running a little late on 2-Win Tuesday, are you? To be fair, we got started late today. We got started pretty late today, and I've had some big downtimes between the games. Like the last game, ended like an hour ago or something. It's been a while. So we're playing an EIKWmFr Stag G45 G8 game with Wallfly, Montu, and Enwall. So let's start reading cards. Humble Girl. This is the 2-room house card. Milk Seller is you get food from grain fields if you hold cattle. Haberdasher, we know. Cattle dealer is fine. Butterfly Catcher, fairly weak. Diplomat. Rooftopper. Oh, this is a read and a food. And you get read. You get points from it. Granite Supplier. Whenever you take at least one stone from an action space, place one stone on this card from your supply. You cannot use it. At the end of the game, you get a bonus point for each stone on this card. That seems really good. Yeah. Really good. Sure. Okay. Next up. I like Recycler, but I won't take it here. I'll take something else. I've taken Recycler too many times in recent games. Good Shepherd, I think, is pretty nice. Field Worker. 3 guest tokens. If you have at least 1 grain, 1 vegetable, and 1 plowed field, you can use a guest to take 1 grain, take a vegetable, or plow a field. So the number 1 use for this is going to be, you already have grain and vegetables, so the number 1 use for this is going to be to get your other 3 fields. Not bad. Snake Oil Salesman. 1 food on the next 4 round spaces. Last player in turn order. Once the 4th food is given, you get a 2 clay and 2 stone. I would be happy to wheel Snake Oil Salesman. So like I kind of like, I'll take Overachiever here, I think, and then hopefully wheel Snake Oil Salesman. Although Pepper Farmer is pretty good too. Pepper Farmer fits in almost any game. Field Worker seems pretty good. But if you get any other plows, then it's quite a bit worse. So I think I'll take Overachiever here. Overachiever is a very safe pick, fits in almost any game. It's a little worse if I'm spending stone for points, but Overachiever also saves me stone, so I think it's okay. So I got sushi. Oh my goodness, it's so good. I haven't had sushi in like not since the beginning of COVID, because of course all the restaurants have been closed down. So it was very good. It was expensive. Like spent twice what I could have at like Subway or whatever, but it's good. Very very good. It's not like Subway's the high water mark, anyways. I mean, I like Subway, but this one was closer to go pop over and pick it up while I was streaming anyways, so worked out okay. And Lumen stats, Overachiever is 4.76 power. Pretty good. Yeah, with Overachiever, I mean, there's a lot of good things you can do. Obviously, you can Nur. You hit Reedstone Food twice, and then you play Overachiever, and you build the well on Family Growth. Or else I also like trying to build an oven on Family Growth. You know, make sure you have a grain. Anything that lets you build multiple improvements at a time is usually pretty good for cards like pottery, ceramics, that sort of thing. Okay. Stable Cleaner, no. Banana Worker. I think Banana Worker is going to end up being pretty good. I think the pick is Archaeologist. Shroom Brewer. Wood and a grain to 4 food and a bonus point. That's pretty good. Clown Lover. Pay them. Knife juggler. So there are a couple when other people use traveling players cards. So usually when there's multiple of them, then people don't take traveling players all that often because they avoid it. Yeah, I like banana worker, but I think I take archaeologist here. Just a 2-stone action will be helpful for overachiever. Basically guarantees I can build a well. I mean, I'm not really planning to use it for the animals. Unless I get a card like Dove Hunter, then I play Archaeologist and it just holds a breeding pair. Queen of Hearts. Once each odd-numbered round, when you take an odd-numbered round action space, you get a stone afterwards. Mad Scientist. We know this one. Mad Scientist can get me sheep for Dove Hunter. But I think I'm taking Dove Hunter here. Manure Spreader. Whenever you sow, pay a sheep for a bonus point of food. No. Well-fed family is pretty solid, but the pick is Dove Hunter here. With Archaeologist already, I can set up holding a breeding pair of sheep in stage 1. The one thing I'm not a huge fan of miso soup. It's okay. It's not. People like it. I don't really like it. Like I eat it because it's there. It's not my favorite thing. I guess it's probably just an acquired taste. So yeah, Wallfly says like no advice or comments. I think it's fine. This is not like a competitive tournament. This is we're playtesting G8, and Damba is just wanting people to play as many games as possible. So, actually, Enwal made a really nice comment earlier. He said, you know, he appreciate. He says that there's always like a big flood of comments and votes and stuff after I stream G8 games. So that's nice. It's nice that hopefully it's engaging people. Because when we get more people involved in the playtesting process, it's just like so much better. Yeah. I should have been more involved with G6 and G7, but there's still lots of time. It's not like they're set in stone or anything. We can still make changes. We can make changes to G4-5 still, too. I think there's like, what, 5 or 6 cards that I would like taken out of G5, G4-5. And maybe you could pare it down even further than that, but what do we want to get rid of? We should get rid of boarding school because it causes rules problems. We should get rid of contract builder because of the warping effect it has on the game. Native needs to be changed. Native's too strong. I say that when I lost with it the other day, but hey. Yeah, native, yeah. What minors are there that need to get removed from G4-5? Can't think of any off the top of my head. By the way, is Montu streaming this? Can someone let me know? Job Seeker. Isn't Job Seeker like G-Deck or something? The reason it's not played because it's in a different deck. If I did rush up to stone, getting cattle for my Dove Hunter would be kind of cool. Get a breeding pair of cattle from Humble Girl, but no. This pick could be Beekeeper. How many occupations do I want to play early? I want to play Archaeologist and Dove Hunter. Probably Overachiever and Granite Supplier. So I think Beekeeper is like a little bit overkill. So I'd rather get something that's more useful at the end of the game. Haberdasher is fine. It's nothing special, but it's fine. Milk Seller gets me food at the end of the game. But I'm going to want to build major improvements, which are going to help me feed with Overachiever, so I don't need Milk Seller. Beekeeper is the best card here, but I think I'll take Haberdasher just because I don't really see myself playing anything else. I might not play Haberdasher either. Driftwood? So Field Worker wheeled. Good Shepherd wheeled. Huh. So Good Shepherd doesn't as obviously fit with I guess the idea is with Good Shepherd I would round 1 or I would stage 1 use the Archaeologist Stone, and then maybe in like round 9 I play the Good Shepherd, and then I double breed that Harvest, and also then I can start spending the stone from Archaeologist. Snake Oil Salesman seems pretty good too with Overachiever here. Snake Oil Salesman seems quite good. 2 clay, 2 stone will be really good for Overachiever. Field Worker is, I mean, if it's okay to, it's a okay way to plow. I think the timing is a little awkward on Field Worker though. It might be quite good though. If I don't see any other plows, I'm going to wish I had taken Field Worker here. So Snake Oil Salesman's good with Overachiever. Good Shepherd's good with Dove Hunter. Which do I take? I guess I'm going to take Good Shepherd because Good Shepherd it's kind of like taking stone because it lets me use the stone from Archaeologist. I don't have to hold on to them. I can spend them after I've done my Good Shepherd fence. Yeah, what's the thinking? What do you think is going on there? Why is 3 clay over time so much better than 3 wood? Because you usually want to use actions to take wood and you don't want to use them for clay? Or is it because of the synergy with 1 clay miners? Like 1 clay miners are a little too good when you get the clay that easily? Because usually 1 clay miners, the problem with them is that you have to take clay first, right? I'm not going to play Clown Lover. But I'll take it because I don't want... Oh, you know what? This is falling out of the draft either way. I mean, I'm not going to play Stable Cleaner. I guess it's possible I play Stable Cleaner if I get Quarry. Does Quarry trigger Granite Supplier? No, because it's not coming from the action space. Yeah. Well, we'll draft Stable Cleaner just to buff its stats, sure. Okay. Textile Guild looks great here. Textile Guild looks fantastic with Overachiever. I played Textile Guild with the minor improvement and then major improvement Overachiever resource. That looks great. Yeah, I mean, Duck Pond is good, but Textile Guild is like exactly what I want to see. It's perfect. Stats aren't buffed unless I play the card. Well, I drafted it, so shouldn't that increase its ADP? Or decrease it, maybe? Depending on where it currently is. 2 plows, so I feel a lot better about passing on that plow card. Could moldboard plow, could riding plow. Honestly, granary I like a lot. The branch. Whenever you use fishing, you receive 2 wood, 2 food if you chose grain or stone as the cost of the card. Integrated stable. Costs less wood for adjacent rooms. I don't particularly plan to build stables, so I think I'd probably just take a plow here. So I'll take a riding plow. Non-drafted cards isn't taken into account at all. Definitely decrease. Maybe. I guess I always thought that undrafted cards just got an automatic ADP of 8.0. But I guess there aren't any cards. Are there any cards with stats that have their ADPs at above 7? Since like that's the way I would do it. Maybe I think they might get an 8.0. I think there are some cards that have ADPs above 7. But I might be wrong. That's just a guess. I guess I can look at the stats right now. Let's look at the weakest cards. ADP, I don't see anything above 5. I have to look for really bad cards above 5, ADP above 5. There's a 6.3 card here. Yeah, it must not be. Because, yeah, I would think there'd have to be at least something with a 7.0. Like, even if Banker doesn't have a 7.0, then it doesn't. Yeah, there's no way. Banker would have to be a 7.0 if it was possible. Yeah. Sorry, I asked earlier, is Montu is streaming. Thanks, Sid. Yeah, usually when he streams, he drafts a bit slower because he talks over the draft, which would make sense. I mean, I do the same. So yeah, it definitely will not be streaming tomorrow. So that's why we're celebrating Canada Day today. Oh, spare parts store. Wow. Spare parts store plus textile guild. I've had that combo before. Printing press, occupation. No, it's spare parts store. All right, so I have 2 pretty good reasons to build every single major improvement. So actually with Overachiever, major improvements are free. Because Overachiever saves me a resource, and then I save 2 from Spare Parts Store and 1 from Textile Guild. Yeah, the one thing it does need is 8 wood. I have to hit 8 wood. Yeah, you've seen this? Yeah. What? That was the game where I had the clay house card. I had that clay house card, right? That was quite good. Quite good. 9 wood? Oh, for the well, you mean? Textile Guild is only 1 wood, I believe. The resolution's a little weird. I'll zoom in on it. Yeah, it's 1 wood for Textile Guild. I guess realistically, Textile Guild and Spare Parts Store are probably not both being played before my first family growth. Spare Parts is 3? Oh, Spare Parts is 3. I can't do math. Thank you. Fancy Gate seems pretty good. I've been pretty impressed by it whenever I see it. Seems like there's often like some random cards sitting around that are pretty good. Although Park Cemetery is actually fantastic for Granite Supplier. Even if other people use it, it'd be fine. Although I guess I don't really need to plow with riding plow unless I'm going to plow normally. Guildmaster's Bank is a fine option if I'm going to build all the guilds. Wildwood Medicine, nah. So I think it's Fancy Gate or Guildmaster's Bank. I think I'll probably take Guildmaster's Bank. Yeah, it doesn't really work with Riding Plow, you're right. Full bottom. Yeah, full bottom is guaranteed to be good in this game. You're right. Yep. Because I know I'm going to go for the sheep. The reason I like Guildmaster's Bank is because of the food. Although the stone cost is difficult. The stone cost is difficult. I think full bottomed reed I like a little bit less because I might want to read stone food a bunch. And if I don't get the Basket Maker's Workshop, then full bottomed reed is like, I really don't like the Reedstone food space anymore. I'm going to take Fancy Gate here. I've been pretty impressed with Fancy Gate every time I've seen it played. So hopefully we win this game. Because if we go to game 5, I'm going to start getting pretty tired. It is 9:30. Now, I did start late today. I definitely started late. I didn't start streaming until after 2, but let's hope. Let's hope we can do this. Give me your energy, chat. I'm sure you guys are full of energy. Yeah, it'd also be nice to win this game because then I have time to exercise before bed. Because if I don't, if I have to play a 5th game, then it's going to be probably too late. It's going to get me too riled up. We'll see. We will see. So I finished Revolutionary Girl Lieutenant, and it was quite good. It was weird, very metaphorical, highly metaphorical show, but if you like anime, I recommend it. Rallying cry, yeah, that's what I need. I need a minor rallying cry. What would the minor improvement rallying cry be? It would cost a reed and a stone, and it would let you take a person back to your back. It would like give a person energy to do an extra action. So like it would let you bring a person home that had already been placed, and then maybe it gives like food for your one food to each. Like maybe it's a reed and a stone, and you get to bring a person back home, and if you do so, you give a food to your opponents or something like that. Something that like gives energy to everyone in the game. Inner Fire seems pretty good if I want to play 7 Ox, although I don't really want to play 7 Ox. Obviously, I don't need it with Riding Plow too. Crib is awkward. Normally, I like Crib a lot with Overachiever, but I have other, like I have Textile Guild and Spare Parts Store. Though I want to play those miners first. Maid's Basket, mark one of the following: plow grain or sow bake. Nah, I don't really want to use those a bunch. I think Fed's trade is pretty good, but I don't really have any source of boar. Is gardening set here good here? Bank. At the start of each harvest, 1 food for a building resource of your choice. Oh. That's not bad. I don't need a whole lot of building resources for this game, I don't think. Although the ability to buy stone could be really great. Stone and reed. Those two in particular might be quite good. Yeah, we could take bank here. Bank looks quite strong, actually. Pay 2 reed and a stone, let you use an action you've already used. Yeah, without placing a person. Something like that. Something without placing a person. Yeah, I like that idea. It can come out in G12 in 2027. When I'm still playing Agricola every day. We'll just have we're just gonna need a dictionary. We're gonna need a dictionary that lets you do everything. Maybe we'll start doing theme decks, and one will be like surviving the Black Death, and then we can have all cards about not getting sick. Imagine how big the full compendium will be by 2027. It'll be so big that no one person will want to undertake that challenge, so it will not be very big at all. But yes, yeah, you're right. I should put more work into the France deck compendium. I haven't really. The problem is it's very difficult to get consensus because you really need like an active rules community to get consensus on those kind of cards. I guess I could look on Board Game Geek. I've never looked at the France, if there's a France section for that. So yeah, obviously not Manger. Kindling makes my hearse ridiculously cheap, but I don't think I need it. I don't really have any reason to fish, although getting 2 wood every time you fish seems pretty good. You just take integrated stables. It's free. It doesn't cost us anything to... It might give us some wood, maybe. Expansion deck sections on BGG Agricola are dead. I check it every once in a while, but I'm mostly looking for news if there are any updates about potential World Board Gaming Championship. Because if there is, my goal is to cover it. Well, ideally, I'd like to play and compete, but unfortunately, they don't usually have spots for Canadians. So, yeah, my goal would be to cover it, because I think that would be really fun. Also be a great way to potentially grow the channel and get more people watching. I remember I was on Facebook Messenger with when it was still before Mayfair went under. I was messaging with the Mayfair people, being like, "Yo, you know, why is there no way to watch this?" And they were saying, "Oh, we don't think anyone will want to watch it." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" That's what everyone said at the beginning of Twitch, that nobody would want to watch people playing video games. It's like if there are people who play it. World Agricola Championships, yeah, the second one. WBC I could go to. It's not that far away. Be like a 8-hour drive. It's more a question of, do I want to spend the money on the hotel for that long? Diggy, I guess. The rest of the cards are pretty bad. Yeah, because to go for a week, you know, it's still a lot of eating out. I can definitely afford to get there. It's a question of, do I want to be in a hotel that long? Seems like Lookout is not doing that anymore. You don't think so? Well, I mean, they haven't announced anything, but I assume the reason they didn't announce anything was because of because they were buying Mayfair, right? Or taking over Mayfair or whatever. I assume that's why we didn't get one in 2019. When was the last one? Was it 2017? And so then people were hoping there'd be one in 2019. I'm pretty sure there was a comment that they will come back at some point. I seem to remember a comment on Board Game Geek from one of the Lookout people saying, you know, not this year, but maybe in the future. So I don't think the door is quite closed on it. Especially not if they're making money from these expansion decks, like the J4 and D deck and everything. Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed even just doing the... what did I do? I interviewed Lumen. Did I interview Lumen and Joe? That was fun. I really enjoyed that. It's good content. I would do more of that. Yeah, it was Lumen and Joe that went. Yeah, that's right. I think he does play a little bit, but we just the time I've seen him online, but the times I see him online are always like 3 in the morning, like times when I'm not playing. It's like whenever I stop by to check out the forum, I see Joe. So I think he just plays at weird times of day. Manitites replaced Joe because he's back. I think he's Manitites is mostly back because of COVID. I don't imagine once things go back to normal, I would imagine we don't see him too much anymore because he was not on for like 2.5 years basically. But you never know. I think Gavi's. I think he recorded one of the videos I have on the channel too. He was one of the few people that actually like put the effort in to send me the video and upload it. Precursor for Enwall. Okay, we should start playing this game. 3 wood is fine. Sheep came out early, so I think we're playing Archaeologists round 1. Because I want those sheep, and I don't want anyone else to have the sheep. During the first France Deck tournament. You have a good memory for this, Sid. Or else you're looking at it right now. You think Enwall's going to be paying me a lot of food? Yeah, with Precursor? Yeah. I hope so. If he's not paying me a lot of food, something's gone wrong. Either for him or for me. So, I don't even care about 4 sheep. I will be very happy to take 3 sheep and play Dove Hunter. So there's my feeding for stage 1 and stage 2, basically. Good that Good Shepherd wields so no one can screw me over on the first sheep grab. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a great point. Pigeon net. Mark an action space with one of your unbuilt fences. Whenever you use the space, you get a food. Oh, that looks fun. Where are you netting the pigeons, Montu? I mean, I've got the same issue as before. My feet are cold, but my head is so warm. That's the problem with wearing this hat. It's not the best for my comfort. So you marked traveling players. Wow. You must be confused. You marked traveling players. I assume he's got the he drafted that card. The card that gives you 1 good for everything you've already gotten this round. I assume he's taken that. Was 1 more food. Oh, it's definitely one more food. All right. This round, 2 reed, 3 wood would be great. Probably we're not getting both of those. 2 reed and expensive occupation a lot more likely. So we could do something like 2 reed and take Dove Hunter. Wonder if I should take 3 wood. I do need 3 wood. I need to value 3 wood fairly highly. And also, you better grab traveling players first action. That's funny. 2 reed to end wall, so we'll take the 3 wood. Hopefully wheel occupation. If not, 2 wood's fine. Yeah, I gotta take the hat off. It's way too hot. Oh, my head is so hot. We'll try it again in a bit. Actually, you know what I can do? I can just put my fan up here. So it might be a little annoying for the audio, but it's gonna make me a lot more comfortable. Oh, that's so much better. Knife juggler. Yeah, so we figured that was coming out here. So the goal will be take Reedstone food and then last action Knife Juggler on traveling players. I think Knife Juggler could be really good if you have like four family members, because then you can use 2 of your first 3 actions to take stuff, and then your 4th action is traveling players, or else stuff that gives you things that give you stuff over time could be quite good as well. Take 2 wood here. You could play bank. Could start player bank, but Take 1 cow and then traveling players for the second. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, or you could take cow boar and then traveling players is, you know, a cow and a boar. Took, so it doesn't work with things over time. Already took in the same round. You're right. Yep. Yep. So you're right. It doesn't work for the well. It doesn't work for stuff like that. I assume Knife Juggler counts itself. So I assume if you get an extra food from Knife Juggler, although we play that food is not a good. I'm wondering if you played that food. I guess if food was a good, you would get it. But yeah, we don't play that food as a good. I get the rule sets confused. That's AG2. That food is a good. Pasteurization, piling. Yeah, that would be pretty good. Wallfly gardening set. Sure. 3 wood again. No. Over 3 wood, we'd rather play Auk. I want to play Dove Hunter here. I have to get Dove Hunter out. 3, yeah, I also have to keep an eye on the sheep. Probably take this sheep with my second move, so. There is still 3 wood available. But I think I'm going to play it sort of safe here. Play Dove Hunter. Yeah, I think Archaeologist seems really good. I first picked it at least once. I think it's quite a good card because it's just so flexible. The ability to get 2 stone in stage 1 reliably, that's huge. Need 3 Oxsoonish for spare parts store, yeah. Well, we might not have enough wood for spare parts store for our first overachiever action, but we can always get it for a later one. Yeah, 2 stone would be a fine action, exactly. 2 stone would be a fine action in stage 1 anyways, yeah. Lantu says, I assume we are playing that food is not a good. Yep. C'est correct. And while plays Child Psychologist. That card is very good. I'll take the 3 sheep. Honestly, sets are going to get mixed with AG2 more likely than with EIK if they ever get published, so we should follow the AG2 rule set with card text. That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. Getting my French out. Did I say c'est correct? My, if I get 3 wood, 2 readers in near perfect stage 1, yes. Yes, I think it's unlikely though, given that I sit last. But you're right. I mean, even 6 clay would be great with overachiever. Not that I really need the resources to build improvements, but if I get 6 clay, then missing out on the 3 wood for spare parts store is not as bad. Yeah, my French is decent. Like, I will often catch myself thinking about how to say stuff in French. Like, I'll have a thought and then I'll just naturally translate it in my head. I should practice more. My dad's French is quite good. He went to school in Europe. Like, he grew up all over, but went to high school in Europe for a while, so his French is very good. Wallfly, Shroom Brewer, and she does have a mushroom theme going. Wood and a grain to 4 food and a bonus point. So and then gardening set gets her extra grain. That's fun. I think I have first room in 5, which is remarkable. Yep. Unless Montu plays Rooftopper, in which case I have to build here. So I don't have enough food for bank. The 6 clay is gone, so building a room seems like a fine action. Otherwise, I could maybe do something with integrated stables, but I don't have enough wood to do that, so just building a room here seems fine. Although if I do build... You know what? No, building is not good. Because if I build, then I can't get... I can't play Overachiever. Because very likely, if family growth is round 5, Montu will first action build ahead of Enwall. No, I can't start player Textile Guild. I can't really start player anything except for Fancy Gate. I guess that means I'll just build a room. I think build here or start player. Yeah. You're a French native speaker? Oh, excellent. Excellent. Je peux parler un peu, mais pas bien. Et il y a beaucoup d'années depuis j'ai pratiqué. I remember I was applying. I remember applying. Oh, family growth came round 5. Beautiful. Although Montu will force me to build. I can let Montu park while I set up. Well, unfortunately, I have to choose between overachiever and not here. You know what? I might actually just occupation here and let Montu build. Let Montu grow in front of me, and then I'll build. I'll grow around 6 because I think overachiever is worth so much to me, and also I can't even play textile guild or spare parts store right now. Like I can't use either of those miners right now. So I think I might actually first move overachiever, get 3 wood back, and then I can build in round 6. Aachen 3 wood. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Très bien. Ah, merci. Yeah, play overachiever here. So we're gonna let Montu jump me, and then I'll get to grow in round 6. We'll get 3 wood back. Yeah, so I was doing interviews, and I remember I said, like, I applied to this job where they said they wanted a bilingual candidate because it was in Quebec, so it was just on the Quebec side of the border, and too bad I can't build the well on family growth. Yeah, that'd be good. Um, and so I applied for it anyway. So it's like I'm not bilingual at all, but I was like, whatever, I can go for this. They won't get that many applications, and I opened it was a phone interview, and I opened the interview saying I was going to fuck the Habs, um, Leafs Leafs for life. Although, you know what? I don't hate the Habs anywhere near as much as Boston or Ottawa. I hate them a lot more. And Buffalo. The Leafs and Habs haven't been in a playoff series in too long. Not in my lifetime, at least. Um, so I was doing this interview, and I applied, and I thought, oh, you know what? I'll be clever. I'll show that I'm like really interested and have like put thought into it, and I'll start the interview in French to show that I'm like comfortable and like that I'm willing to try and take risks and stuff. And the guy was saying, I'll always remember this. The guy was saying, "Thank you very much for responding to our posting." And I could not understand what he was saying at all. And I asked him to repeat it like 3 times. And I couldn't understand what he was saying because he like heard me speaking French, was like, so he switched into French right away, and I could not understand what he was saying, and I was like, there's no way. It went so, and then we went way over time because I took so long on that section, and we went way over time, and I was like, this is the worst interview I've ever done by far, and they ended up offering me the job hilariously. Um, I guess I could get 4 wood next round, but I think taking 3 wood here is okay. I hate Ottawa. They have like zero personality and so in the early 2000s when I was like forming my attachments to the Leafs, they beat the Sens in a playoff series like 4 out of 5 years or something like that. It was great, and I have cousins from Ottawa, so it was amazing. I could read Stone Food here. If I read first move read Stone Food, I can second move build the well, right? Because I play Textile Guild, and then Overachiever saves me a stone, and I can still keep my breeding pair. So yeah, read Stone Food into the well on Family Growth looks good. Yeah, yeah. Sid picked up on the same thing. So yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is the worst interview I've ever done by far. But they offered me the job hilariously. And I think part of the reason they offered me the job is because I was available for longer than other people were. Like I could do 8 months and most people were 4 months. I play spare parts, not Textile Guild. Oh yeah, spare parts, of course, yeah. Does that still work? So then Overachiever saves 2 stone and 1 wood. Yep. Yep. Or 1 wood and then spare parts 2 stone. Yep, looks good. And Wall's renovating here. Wallfly built. So yeah, with Overachiever, I definitely want to build a 4th room as soon as possible. Because it's just going to give me another basically free major improvement. Yeah, I think this card is really good. Is this the first time I've built the well today? Plus F from Enwall. Wallfly's like, you were past that? Yeah, I think the card is quite good. It's not always that strong. No, and Montu's right. It's not always going to be really good. It's not always going to be really good. But in this one, I think it'll be pretty good. It's only super strong when you have extra major actions. Yeah, that's a good point. Three wood is very expensive, and you save a ton of stuff, but you have to spend actions to get the value back. Yeah, yeah, like you're basically converting 3 wood into like 2 stone, a clay, a reed, and a wood. That's the way I look at it a lot of the times. And maybe it's mostly just 3 wood into 5 stone or 6 stone a lot of the time, which can be very powerful. Because, of course, you're getting access to wood before anybody else has access to it. And I mean, the Dove Hunter Archaeologist is just kind of like the icing on the gravy on the cake, as a good friend of mine would say it. Yeah, I basically don't need stone. So I'm absolutely okay with paying 1 stone for a point. Because that's the conversion I get on renovation, right? So sooner I build another room, the better. Agreed. Yeah. So that's where playing something like Bank could be decent. Although I don't have any food for Bank. I don't have food for Bank plus buying a resource. Montu start player Wildwood Medicine, probably into 6 wood. Enwall might take the 5 wood because he's not forced to first move build. So 3 reed looks pretty good. Icing on the gravy. So that's a really old callback to like 2017. 2016. It was like when we first moved here, I think. Oh man, I get 5 wood. Oh man. When we first moved here, I remember doing videos with Nathan, and Nathan said gravy on the cake. It was he was trying to say icing on the cake, but he said gravy on the cake. So I made fun of him for that for a while. So if Reedstone Food could wheel, that would be great. If it doesn't, 4 food traveling players into start player bank. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take traveling players here. Does he not play Agricola anymore? Not usually. He doesn't ever like just play on the site, I don't think. He did for a little bit, but mostly he just did it when I was coaching him. The thing is I need to bug him. We have to play on the weekend because he's working like 9 to 5 these days, and then he's usually pretty tired in the evenings. So I need to get him to play on the weekends, but the other thing, he's also like he has very high expectations for himself, I would say. So like when he doesn't play well, he takes that like pretty hard, I think. Oh, do I feed Montu's Knife Juggler here? Oh, I do feed Montu's Knife Juggler. Oh well. Well, hopefully he doesn't remember bank. Start player bank could be kind of cool here. Yeah, I think he would. It just depends. I just have to ask him to play at the right times. The problem is it's like really easy for me just to hop on and throw on the stream. Like that's really easy. Whereas like coordinating with Nathan is more difficult. Much more involved. And while plays Banana Worker. Yeah, that card almost came back. I think this card's going to be pretty good. Wallfly screws something up. Or maybe she doesn't want to play Granary anymore. She's going to play Duck Pond instead. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, because she didn't have a wood for Shroom Brewer anymore. Yeah, that's why. That's why she had to change. On to build in the fireplace. Yes. Beautiful. So we get to grow next round. Or not build, but we get to grow round 9. So I'm going to start player bank here. Granary ate all the wood. Yeah, so that's why she had to change. That's... Two food and dove a sheep. Then I can first action build a wood room. Told Montu that he probably forgot knife. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Montu, my yeah, thanks, Sid. Yeah, he didn't announce anything. I think I said it to myself, but I should have said something in chat. So Enwall has the first action build here. Or, sorry, first action family growth, because if he doesn't, I'm going to family growth, of course. Take wood, play guild and basket maker's workshop. Looks good to me. Oh, Pepper Farmer Lettuce Patch is quite nice here. I like that for Enwall. And he's got vegetables from his precursor. During the field phase. Oh yeah, this is the one where when you harvest, you get stuff over time. Also, I just love that the bottle, it looks like a Powerade if you don't look really closely, which I just think is hilarious that is an Agricola card. Like the Powerade card. Oh man. I'm going to play Granite Supplier here. And then I can last action Reedstone Food or last action Plow. 5 sheep action, yeah. Well, there has been a good amount of food put in the game. I guess I probably don't want to last move Reedstone food. I probably want to last move take 2 wood just in case. Just in case someone first action builds a room. Why? Oh yeah, I've riding plow. I'm thinking of the last game where I needed to incidentally plow as much as I could. But no, I have riding plow. And Wallfly's going to first action build, so I have to first action family growth. Yeah. You're right. I'm getting my games confused. This is what happens when you play 4 games in a row on stream. Yeah, I hope I win this one, because otherwise it's going to get more and more difficult to win. I'm going to need more and more food runs in between games. Monty didn't push for the room. I think it was his easy feeding he should have. Considering how that 5 sheep came in. Yeah, he built the fireplace instead of start playering, right? Or do you think he should have first move start playered for the next room? Maybe. Yeah, she didn't first action start player. So yeah, Montu could have. You're right. Oh no, first action start players. Oh, here's why. Recycler. Ah. That's a good one. I think it's quite good. Yeah. I do think it's quite good. I mean, I obviously think it's good. I've been picking it quite highly. To mixed results. I wonder what the temperature's like outside, if I should open my window. Yeah, I could open my window. Once it's out of G8, it'll show even stronger. Yeah. Alright, so with my miner, I play Textile Guild. And then I get to play a free Basket Maker's Workshop. Seems good. Buy vegetable plus F. So I could take 3 wood on the rebound. Could take Reedstone food. Don't really want to play an occupation right now. So yeah, Reedstone food. 3 wood. 3 wood would be good. If not that, Reedstone food. Yeah, wood and Reedstone food. Yep. Wallfly's doing it. This is what I did a while ago, like a week or two ago, where I just complained about someone else passing spare parts store. Because yeah, I think the card is quite strong. Monty's building the pottery on Renault, recognizing that I'm gonna play. Oh, you know what? I should probably just build the stone oven, just to snatch up every single thing. Well, I was thinking about with Fancy Gate, maybe like sometimes when you have a bunch of guilds, you end up with like, 3 reed and 6 wood or something, and then maybe it's going to be worth paying those excess resources for Fancy Gate. Yeah, I guess I'm looking at Montu here. Montu could maybe build it, but he would have to take clay first, of course. So I do have time to react. We got the cold air coming up again. Probably turn the AC off after this. Oh, it's pretty hot in my room. But yeah, read food and a point's going to be a decent action for me the whole game. Not be skipping. Not be skipping the clay room, you mean, right? But the fan's kind of in the way of chat, so I have to lean forward a lot more to see what you guys are saying. I guess I could move my water jug. Looking through the rotating fan to see what you're saying. Okay, so then to feed, I need to feed 3 food and a sheep. Oh, I guess I should eat a reed. I may as well. I should have access to a lot of reeds. So, yeah, let's eat a reed. 3 HRF. HR to feed 7. So I actually keep my 6 food. I need to remove the reed. Monty doesn't take 4 clay. I can take it in rid of stone oven. Food to stone. What about the food to stone? Oh, yeah, buy, yeah. What about buying a reed? I kind of want to buy a reed. I guess stone. Yeah, stone. Actually, I think I might buy wood. I'm gonna buy wood instead of stone. Bank, yeah. Well, I'm just wondering if I accumulate reed too slowly. Because reedstone food, 1 reed per round is not going to be enough if I want to keep eating it. But yeah, probably wood or stone is quite a bit better. Stone, if I take stone, then I could have maybe taken stone again and then actually held like a breeding pair of boar or something. But it would have required a couple actions in a row. So 3 wood into Good Shepherd. Yeah, I kind of like that too, because yeah, definitely holding another breeding pair is appealing. And then 2, I start actually increasing my sheep count, which is very appealing. Still have enormous wood costs. I do, riding plow and all my fencing. You are right about that. Yeah. This might be a game where I'm fine with fencing 12. So I think I'm more likely to need maybe 11 more. I probably just won't play dinghy. I think 12 in this game is fine. Yeah. Maybe try to get 12 more wood so I pay 1 wood for the joinery. Could do that. Oh, snake oil salesman. Interesting. And she gets it start of the round. Okay, so she gets 2 clay, 2 stone in the final round. Interesting. So I'll take 3 wood again, assuming it comes back here. If not, expensive ox, Good Shepherd, reedstone food, 2 boar. Those are all looking like good moves. Is Montu going to build 2 rooms at once? Looks like he might. So if I play integrated stables, a stable here would be free, and this stable would only cost 1 wood. So it might not be a bad option. That's 1 wood for 2 points. So that's better than 1 wood for 1 fence for 1 point. Assuming I have the minor action. He's going for 6 stone rooms. Oh. Oh, yeah, because the stone. Yeah, because he has so much stone. Uh-oh, that could be scary. Did I pass mansion in this draft again? Does Montu have mansion? Oh, my goodness. Is Montu going to have a 6-room mansion? I have to take a stable action. Yeah. I probably will have time to take a stable action. Oh, there's the park cemetery. So getting riding plow out would be quite appealing as well. Actually, I wonder if riding plow is almost as good as playing Good Shepherd here. Maybe what I do is I'll try to start player riding plow next round. Good Shepherd here into start player plow. And then get the boar or the cattle back. I kind of like start player around 11. Take whichever animal comes back. Yeah, that's true. Because Wallfly can't take them. Montu's the only person who's likely to. Yeah, that's true. I get a food from snake oil salesman. Yeah. So I should double check granite supplier. Take at least one stone from an action space. Yep. So yeah, plow and field looks like it works. Wonder if Montu's considering taking the cattle really early here. I guess he's planning out his round because his second move is build a room and his third move is family growth. So he's got to really plan out his feeding. And this move is like his only free move. 2 cattle to 3-0 with Dove Hunter in hand. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. That's a really good point. I guess this sequence gets me the first action in round 12, which if it's overachiever, it gets me a free joinery. Or if it's family growth, I family growth overachieve a free joinery. Whoops. Where'd all my wood go? Where's all my wood? I think if plow sow comes out, I will plow instead of plow sow because it's got a point for me. So really 2 crops here so I can do the plow sow. Well, I think I'll probably take 2 wood first and then maybe vegetable grain. Hearth on family growth is better than joinery, so I can eat the boar. Yeah, because I don't have capacity for any more boar unless I buy stone. I could still get more stone so that the boar can breed. But you're right, I'm not going to be able to go above 3 boar. But yes, I think the wood is tight enough for me. I'll take 2 wood. I guess I'm never getting points out of the joinery, so it's not like joinery is a 2+ point major improvement. It's really just a 2-point improvement. And it's not a 2-point improvement that anyone else can afford. Nobody else has anywhere near enough wood to play it. So yeah, no rush for joinery, I think. Cattle dealer. Fun card. Oh no, Wolfa's going to want to take another read. No. No. Oh, excuse me. Bird fountain. 1 stone to get 2 sow actions. Nice. I love playing with Wallfly. I love Bird Fountain. Didn't see it. Like, I didn't pass that. Wallfly's the best. Oh, this is my well food in the bottom left, isn't it? I think I forgot to take my well food. Ooh, and Well's got Scholar. Oh, he didn't take the action. He played Scholar and then passed on. Renos are getting tight. Yeah, we might not get to stone. But I will need to take 3 clay. Probably 3 clay or 4 clay next round. If I could Reno next round, that would be good. It does require taking clay and taking reed. So there's a point in fate. There's maybe logic to bank buying a reed and then not eating it. But if I hit family growth even without room, I'm going to really want that food. Although I guess if I family growth even without root, build the cooking hearth, then I can always just take 2 cattle or eat the 3rd boar. It gives me great flexibility because I am going to start breeding 2 sheep per harvest. Take a vegetable here. Oh, I forgot to take the well food again. Just use Flat Hill from 2 drafts ago. Wasn't Flat Hill in this game too? Or is all the drafts are merging together? I feel like Flat Hill was in this game. Bank buys a reed. Bank buys R. H for food. Feed 8. And then double breed sheep. Alright, let's sow our crops. So if start player could come back, I would be very happy to start player into overachiever. Yeah, Flat Hill. You think Flat Hill's underrated? Yeah, it probably is. It goes around pretty late a lot of the time. It could be a funny one. It could be a funny one. It can do some really tricksy stuff. But the fact that it goes late makes it a little less tricksy. I was thinking clay next move. 4 clay or 3 clay. Because I'm also looking at... I mean, I think Enwal's probably going to reno this round so that he can start using his Scholar. But there's a chance Enwal takes the 3 clay and then builds another room. I don't think it's likely because he wouldn't have played Scholar, but you never know. Montu's room placement is weird. If he's going to build a 6th room, I suppose, yeah. And we'll start players. So I can build the fireplace for free, the 3 clay fireplace. So I'd probably do that ahead of integrated stables or fancy gate. His fountain is fine. Yeah, because he can build a room here, and then he pastures 4 spaces for a pasture, right? It's like pretty obvious from that layout that he's going to build a 6th room, though, right? It seems to make it clear that that's his intention. Reedstone food has been very hot this game. Reedstone food has been very hot. Unfortunately. Oh, whoops. How to exit full screen. Is it F3? There we go. Enwall just renoed, okay. Yeah, Enwall renoed, yeah. I think I've just taken 2 wood here, probably. Yeah, it's not a great play, but so I think Enwall is family growthing. Actually, manure spreader. What does this one do? Let's double check that card. I guess Pepper Farmer is pretty good for him. Yeah, you know what? Enwall might be plow sowing because of manure spreader and Pepper Farmer. But he does have Diplomat, so he gets unblockable plow sow in the last round. Yeah, well, I might end up just fencing another 4. That might be all that I can pull off. Think he will plow sow, lettuce patch as well. Yeah, unless he decides that he wants to save it for the last round. But he could plow sow both times. Yeah. I think probably family growth is better. But we'll see. Enwall might think differently. Almost wonder if I should just fence 4 here so that I can take another pair of cattle next round. And then any extra wood, I don't know. Yeah, I think fence 4 is okay here. Unless I get plow sow. If I get plow sow, then vegetable would be better. I think fencing here is okay because I think in round 14 I might have the choice between fencing and plowing, and at this point I would like to do both. So triple plow and a point. Yeah. If he's family grows, yeah, or whatever. Oh, this is a late butterfly catcher. But you know what? This is the time when we're all about to fill our farms, so. Wallfly's favorite card, yeah. Fun card should be a little better. Maybe this is a better way to use it at the end of the game before everyone fills their farm, rather than trying to play it in round 1 or in stage 1. Although cards that give 9 food at the end of the game are not particularly good usually, because often it's better just to like take 2 cattle or something. I can put my boar in here. Well, I do have a very solid improvement score. And my animals are breeding, which is great. So yeah, there's really good stuff happening here. Montu is really hurting on wood, yes, because he's got to spend three for his mansion. So he can only fence 4 right now. Oh, you know what else was out there? Was there that... Oh, I'm going to... This is risky because it might mean that I lose out on plow, but I think this is a pretty good action. Family growth and free cooking hearth here. It's free. And so then I either get plow or 2 cattle back or start player. Any of those 3 should come back. Montu will take 4 wood. He won't take any of those 3, I don't think. Wallfly, hard to judge what Wallfly will do. Wallfly might plow because it's a double plow for her. Yeah. Okay, well, start player into plow so looks good. Montu will take the 4 wood, I assume. Montu will renovate. Do you think so? Wallfly looks like she's ways away from renovating. I think he's going to take 4 wood. Well, maybe he might be thinking about that right now. That's a good point. He might be thinking about this. Build and renovate after. No, because he wants to spend his clay on the... We assume he's got mansion. I assume he's going to... Because if he builds before renovating, then yeah, exactly. He needs the clay for mansion. And yeah, he wants to use his recycler stuff. Yeah. Yeah, and the recycler basically, he only has to spend 1 reed for that last room. Ooh, he first action took 3 stone. Huh. Oh, this rooftopper is going to be a bunch of points too, isn't it? And while it doesn't start player, I have to. Yeah, because I need to get on plow. Plow so would be good for me. I definitely need another plow action. And who knows, maybe the cattle are going to keep wheeling. Enwall can't hold them. Wallfly already has cattle, so they're only 1 point for her. It's only really Montu that can use them. Okay, Enwall fences. I'm going to start player then. And we'll play Fancy Gate. Maybe we use some stone at the end of the game for Fancy Gate. Integrated Stables is an option, but it threatens Montu's build a room, but if Montu builds a room, then it's bad. Fancy Gate might actually be worth points. Yeah, so Enwall will definitely grab the 2 cattle. I wonder if I should take the boar just for food, just because it's 9 food. I could also take a crop. Montu Renos, yeah. I wonder if I can pull off double Reno in the last round. Renos and plays mansion, there it is. That's a big mansion. Oh, Enwall took the 3 boar. That was really nice of him. That was really nice of him. Yeah, that cattle action is huge. It's fine with me. Fence trade. Yeah, that would be a reason for the boar for sure. Yeah. To fill in the last 3. Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Be a good play. Last move for me. Reed should be fine to let accumulate, so I don't really want to take Reed. I wonder if I can pull off taking 2 stone. Thing is, if I do Reno to stone, I can't hold the breeding pair of cattle anymore. But the stone is capacity for 4th cattle. No, you know what? I don't really need capacity for the 4th cattle. I can just eat the sheep. I don't need to accumulate sheep. I can eat them. But the stone, I could put a point on granite, but been a bad granite. Reedstone food has been way too hot. Yes, yeah. Yeah, kind of maybe should have seen that coming. Once we read that Montu's 6 rooms plus mansion, Reedstone food is obviously a very, very good action for him. Take a grain here. It's 2 points. 3 reed instead of Reedstone food. Wallfly, what you taking my reed for? I could Reedstone food. I think grain is okay. Dove H O H. So that's 9 food. And then I get everything back and breed the cattle. Yeah, so the stone, stone lets me Reedstone food into Reno, which is good, and then I can eat the 2 cattle, or eat the 2 boar and hold the cattle. Yeah, I like that. Or else I could buy Reed for the points, but yeah, I think buying stone and then trying to get Reedstone food second action to double Reno. Yeah, I think especially depending on what Wallfly does at the end here, and yeah, she's not really doing anything. I don't see a way for her to surprise me on Reno. Oh, you know what? Snake oil salesman. She's getting 2 clay coming in. I can't double Reno. Wallfly's gonna get 2 clay from her snake oil salesman. Oh man. So I'm gonna have to second action Reno. So yeah, I can't double Reno unfortunately. So I'll buy a Reed. Stone for cattle capacity. Well, I can just switch the boar and the cattle. It's points because I got the Baskmaker's Workshop, right? Because I don't really want it. Oh, I could take Reedstone food. It'd be 4 food and a stone. Yeah, that would be 4 food and a stone. or a point or 2 points in a food. Yeah, that's a good point. Stone lets me reno joinery. Yeah, that's a really good point. I can reno joinery. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I think it's maybe a little too late. No, reedstone food is okay. The reed is a point because I have to spend a reed on renovating. Yeah, because I'm gonna want to take reedstone food, because reedstone food then becomes a 2 point in a food action, right? Because I can granite one stone and then get the other one, and then maybe I'll also take 3 stone and also granite then, and then that'll enable joinery. And while plays botanical garden, yeah. So this card is interesting. Obviously, having unblockable plow sow makes it a lot better. I talked about that before, where I think the card is, it's got some difficulties. Get rid of these butterflies. Get them out of here. Yeah, I can still reno join it because, yeah, I think what I do is I'm probably just going to eat 2 boar, right? At the end here. Although having room for the sheep would be nice to let the sheep double breed. Yeah, that's a good point. I was also thinking about using dumping stuff into Fancy Gate. So maybe taking the 3 stone is a fine action because I can granite 1, and then 2 of them can go to Fancy Gate. I think I'm gonna be okay taking resources a bunch of times here. I've got 5 actions, so 5 actions is not much to do, as you said yourself, Sid. To quote Sid NV, 5 actions and not much to do. Eat a boar sheep and a dove sheep. Yeah, that sounds reasonable to me. So that's 9 food plus 1. So I have 10 food, which is all I need, unless I decide to spend food for some reason. Also, Wallfly didn't reno, so there's no pressure on me to reno. So the other upside of taking 3 stone is that if Wallfly's not paying attention, maybe I can reno 2 times in a row. Eat a reed and rebuy. Oh yeah, I can buy in the last harvest. And Fancy Gate, I could buy something for Fancy Gate too. Where in my farm is the Fancy Gate? I don't know. That's a good question. Is it here? So like people come into like this untilled field and they get to see all the beautiful crops. Now realistically, it's the Fancy Gate's over like by the front of my house, right? Maybe it's by the sheep, so that when people come over, they have to walk through the sheep pen to come into my house. Nah, that's not very fancy. Yeah, probably outside the front, probably out like the front of the house here. I should make a card that has like an enforced field layout. Call it Nostalgic Farm or something like that. Monty still hasn't shown his first 2 picks, has he? I think he's got House Builder or something. Yeah, I'm not sure. So we'll granite 1 of these stone and keep the other 2 for now. Wallfly is going to reno fence. She doesn't want to reno reno major, so I can get joinery here. Chief, yes, Chief would be incredible. Yeah. That's a good point. It's a really good point. I should say grid at 1s. I didn't actually say it. So Wallfly, you got a fence here if you want to. And she does. So now I have to reno, and I'll buy the joinery for 1 stone. Montu's got 5 points from his rooftopper. Holy cow. 12 points from his mansion. Holy cow. It's a big farm. Spare parts store. The fact that spare parts store and textile guild both have points is kind of, it's a little egregious. $23 points on me. That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. Not a fan of spare parts store. I think it is very, yeah, it's very strong. This is with other people's games in a very unfun way. That gives you access to too much of, like, too many resources too early. So reedstone food and then maybe 4 wood for my last 2 moves. Reedstone food triggers granite again. Only turn in 1 stone for fancy gate and still hold all my boar. Well, that's where if I take 4 wood, reedstone food and then 4 wood, then I can do 1 wood, 1 stone for fancy gate, right? Wallfly's telling again while he's got to drop fancy gate for, or spare parts store from his collection. Yeah, stacking major discounters be a pretty strong strategy. No, no boar fencing for for Enwall. Wonder if anyone did end up with that card. What's Montu got to do at the end here? He might take 4 wood and then fence 4. Yeah, if he takes the 4 wood, then I obviously can't take the 4 wood and fence 4. Or 4 wood and reedstone food. The reedstone food's still a 2-point action for me, though. So I will do that first. Although it's not worth anything for Enwall, unless he's trying to block me. Yeah, he's probably taking 4 wood and fencing 4, I would think. Knife Juggler works with you taking traveling players yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah, so like I said, if you get a lot of family members, I think it ends up being quite a solid card. Enwal hit 50. Enwal had a good game. It's not enough to beat Montu and I, but Enwal had a nice game. Yeah, Pepper Farmer with Precursor was quite nice, and also that he got to play them so easily with Child Psychologist worked out pretty well. I think Pepper Farmer is quite neat. Yeah, like Knife Juggler, of course, you have to get Reedstone Food, right, to double it. And Enwal took the 4 wood. Reed, Food, Granite 1. And then last move could be 3 wood. Or 1 Reed is a point as well. Yeah, they have different uses, yeah. Agreed. I haven't played my first pick? Yes, I did. Two H, Dove, H, H-O-F, feed 10. And then I can return 1 stone and buy a wood. Gate 1S, 1 wood, buy wood with bank. Gate 1 stone, 1 wood, buy with. So then Fancy Gate is worth 1 point. So I have my final score plus 6, it looks like. Looks like I tie with Montu. GG. So we ended up tying with Montu. Assuming I didn't miss any other points, which I don't think I did. I don't usually. Oh, Montu had Constable. Well, I'm closer to Constable than Montu is. But yeah, Constable doesn't fit with Mansion so much. I win my freedom. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I win my freedom. Whoops, what am I doing? 37, 58, 50, 58, GG. Oh, Montu, is Montu gonna, did Montu just remember a point? Oh no, Montu, wait. Oh, he's 59. Oh no! Guess not. Monty says 59. 41, 12, 5, 1. Yeah, 59. Monty's right. Oh no. Time for another game. That's right. Okay, I gotta take a bit of a break after that one. All right. I also have to do some card voting. All right. Oh man, want to because he didn't do the math right. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. I can't believe we lost by 1 point. Darn. All right. I don't win my freedom. Man, this feels so much worse than if I had just lost. I thought I was done. But instead, I'm getting pulled back in. Granite supplier at 4. Welcome, Gray. Oh man, Gray's really new. I told him to ask me to play. Graded supplier seems undervalued. Although, considering it's drafted as late as it is, I'm surprised that its power is so low. I would definitely expect if it's undervalued, it should be a lot higher. Shroom Brewer at 5.0. I guess I can't look at those numbers too closely. They're not necessarily super meaningful. I'm about to fight a point I dropped on the ground. There's no other way for me to get 1 point there. Because any way of getting more points from Fancy Gate costs me other points. Gray, if you're still watching, if you could read the Agricola chat. Yeah, if I was at 3 read, I could buy a point. Yeah. No. No, Wallfly, I'm going to blame Wallfly for that one. Why did she take 3 read again? It was just purely a block pick. Did Wallfly just purely block pick me? Because she was like, what did she say? She said, oh, I don't need the food. So then she's taking a point away from me. All right. I need to walk away for a bit. Oh man. Well, you know what this is like? This is like the first couple days of 2 in Tuesday, where they took 5 games each time. And actually, it's been in the exact same pattern. It was loss, win, loss, loss, win. So I should win this game. Oh, it was the 2 cattle. Oh, that's right. I forgot about the 2 cattle. Oh, it's only 2 games. Oh, do single player games not count as registered games? I think if you took the forward more aggressively, I could have won. Yeah, because Montu got the forward. What did I do instead? Did I overachieve, build the cooking hearth? I overachieved and built the cooking hearth. Yeah, So if I take the 4 wood, maybe I take enough points from Montu. It does look like he's recording. Yeah, it does look like it because he has a lot of games, but then it only says two registered or whatever. It's weird. In round 14. Oh, I see. Instead of what else was I doing? So first move was something. Second move was something. First move was plow sow. What was my second move? So that's the move that could have been 4 wood. 3 stone. Okay. Yeah. So the 3 stone was not good for Montu. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, because if the stone was not useful for anyone else, I didn't need to take the 3 stone. That was weird. Yeah, I know they do normally record. It is kind of strange, Sid. Yeah, that's a good point, Gray. That's a good point. Yeah, and because I can go down to 2 boar. Yeah, because I can. It's okay if I go down to 1 stone because I can just I just eat the boar and breed them back. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That was probably enough for the win. Damn. That sucks. All right, I'll be right back.